is that noise?
What noise?
Really, sir?
Oh, for real?
What the heck? Oh my God.
My God.
Cut the show.
I'm done. Cut the show.
Believe it or not, I have not seen this movie. I have not seen this movie at all. I don't know anything about this movie. All I've ever seen was the fist pump and the song. That's it. I haven't seen the movie. Okay, my name is Matthew. This is what
Shanahan, aka Cosmic Bits.
Welcome to FBH. This is my first time watching The Breakfast Club, but you have seen it in the past?
I've seen it once when I was like a teenager, but I don't fully remember it. So this is like only like my second time watching it. So, but most of this I don't remember. So
yeah, guys, I know it's gonna be so hard for some of you to believe. Okay, we've had these comments before in the past.
We've had people accusing us of saying we're lying about watching this.
Yeah.
Jazzy, RoboCop, you're lying. There's no way that you have lived this long and not seen the movie.
It's very possible. So yeah, I have not seen anything, guys. So this is gonna be pretty much blind for me. I've only ever seen the redhead girl and one of the guys, but I don't remember their faces.
Yeah.
But I remember redhead, so I remember the redheaded girl, and that's about it. I don't know anything else about the movie. Yeah, it's gonna be so weird hearing the movie from the origin of the film, like in the origin film that made it popular.
Yeah.
And feeling that it's not like right, because you hear the song in other shows,
yeah,
and other movies, and you're like, they're just using it from The Breakfast Club or something.
Yeah, but now you're actually watching
The Breakfast Club. It's like, oh, this is actually from the thing.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, full reaction on picture. We'll get into it. We'll talk about it as we normally do. Let's get into it now.
Can't believe you can't get me out of this.
I don't think I've ever seen her in anything,
It's so absurd. I have to.
Honey, ditching class to go shopping doesn't make you a defective. Have a good day.
But it does get you detention.
Well, mister, you figure out a way to study.
Yeah.
Well, go.
Little siblings always get to pick on the big ones.
Yo.
Right? I know school is going to give a scholarship to a discipline case.
Man, you get detention once. Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah. But you know they take that stuff. They used to take that stuff real seriously.
Yeah.
Is the emo boy?
He just do not care.
Oh, okay. That's the emo boy.
Yeah.
Or the emo girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've seen her before.
I don't know if I have.
At least you've seen the poster with her on it.
Have I?
Yeah.
Way too old to be a high school student.
Out of all the seats you can pick, this is mine.
I wasn't moving out of the seat. I don't care. That was also me just finding a seat all the way at the back.
Yeah.
And not be around anyone. Don't laugh at the emo people. What's wrong with y'all? We emos stick together. We gotta stick together.
You have exactly 8 hours and 54 minutes to think about.
A long detention.
Yeesh.
Yeah, I can answer that right now, sir. That'd be no for me, because...
Sit down, Johnson.
Thank you, sir.
What did he do to even end up there?
Right.
They're next Saturday.
Dang.
Don't mess with a
Dang.
bull, young man. You'll get the horns.
I hate when people say that because they think they're such a big man.
Back then, though.
Lois.
It's the most kid thing ever, though,
Right.
to be fair.
But to be this bored this early,
Yeah.
that's a talent.
Yeah.
It's the shits, huh?
Social awkwardness.
Right.
It's like, I'm being stared at, but like...
Like, see, me in school, I'm the girl in the back.
Yeah.
That's me. Like, my energy and everything.
I was the girl in the back, too.
Don't talk. It makes her crawl back up.
You whip it out
Ew.
your dead before the first drop hits the floor.
You're pretty sexy when you get angry.
He knows how to push buttons for sure.
Yep.
What's going on in there? Pricks.
Bro, just monitor the damn class, man. Dang.
Yeah.
Bender, you don't even count. If you disappear forever, it wouldn't make any difference. You
Damn.
may as well not
Dang.
even exist at this school.
Dang. That's harsh.
That's exactly why I'm not heavy in activities.
You're a big coward.
I'm in a math club.
So you're afraid that they won't.
I'm not gonna run out and join one of their fucking clubs.
So let's watch the mouth, huh?
I'm in a physics club, too.
Like, do I give a f? No, not one. How many f do I give? 0. Exactly. So therefore your comment is irrelevant.
And I didn't have any shoes, so I had to borrow my dad's. It was kind of weird because my mom doesn't like me to wear other people's shoes. Then my cousin Kendall from Indiana, he got high once. You know, he started eating like really weird foods. And
Just the oversharing.
Yes.
Last night I dreamed I was a bottle of ketchup and you were mustard. Which is weird because usually you're mayonnaise in my dreams. Why do you suppose that is?
Come on, Bender, don't screw around.
What are you gonna do?
Drop dead, I hope.
Hey, yo.
Golly.
She doesn't talk, sir.
She knows.
Yeah.
She's just trying not to say it.
You want me to yank you out of that seat and shake it out of you?
I don't have.
Sir, that's illegal.
You're right.
You shout like that, they put you in jail. Right away. No trial, no nothing. Right to jail.
Way too heavy, sir.
I'm laughing, but like I would be so stressed if I was him.
That's very clever, sir. But what if there's a fire?
Right. Fire
Literally.
hazard.
Get this out of here, for God's sake. What's the matter with you?
You're the one that put it there.
Are you through?
No.
I'm doing society a favor.
So?
What do you mean?
How many is that?
that's 7, including the one when we first came in. You asked Mr. Vernon here.
That's what I asked. Like, he doesn't even keep a track.
His closet.
Now it's 8. You stay out of it.
Excuse me, sir. It's 7.
Shut up, Pee-wee.
Ew.
The next time I have to come in here, I'm cracking skulls.
You know exactly what he's gonna say. How many times have you been in here?
It's way too many.
Yeah, man. I've been in here a lot. What's up with him?
What's he gonna do now? He does not care, bro. Ew.
Very gross. Very gross.
Dandruff to the extreme.
I mean, creativity, but like, ew.
Yeah.
That is horrible.
It really pumps my nads.
Oh, yeah.
I love his work.
Yo, this dude is like earning himself some expulsions. Like, this is like expelling level stuff.
Yeah.
Destroying school property.
They use me just to get back at each other.
Here we go.
So what do you guys know about bad parents?
With your parents? Well, you're a liar, too.
I mean, I'm pretty sure all of them in there have issues with their parents to some degree.
To some degree.
Parents either. I mean, I don't get along with them. I mean, their idea of...
He just likes putting in his 2 cents.
Yeah.
You are a parent's wet dream, okay? Are you a virgin?
This guy knows how to push everybody's buttons.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you just shut up?
Have you ever kissed a boy on the mouth?
I knows how to just turn up the volume.
Yep.
Well,
He does keep going.
Calvin's in a ball on the front seat past 11.
Bro, you gonna get slapped, bro.
Right.
I'm surprised she hasn't done it yet.
2 hits. Me hitting you, you hitting the floor. Anytime you're ready, pal.
Man, y'all don't be punching in wrestling. That was more than 2 hits, but okay.
Because I'd kill you.
There's school rules and there's street rules. But let's see if the guy's actually really about to smoke. I don't think he's playing around. I don't know.
I don't think he's playing around.
I don't think Buddy Boy is playing around.
Brian, how you doing? Your dad work here?
Like, so what?
Okay.
He's literally just a janitor. How bored do you have to be?
Very.
Everybody's just friends, not just whistling.
What's your poison? What do you drink? Okay, forget I asked.
Human blood. What do you drink?
Why are you here?
Why are you here?
Yeah, why is he here? That's what I want.
I gotta ask so many questions, man.
Man, why are you here, buddy? What did you do?
That's very interesting.
Well, why are you here? Is that the answer?
Now, why don't you tell me why you're really in here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Forget it.
You want to ask questions?
Answer, yeah.
You don't want to answer your own?
Literally.
I'm not Cherry. When have you ever gotten laid?
I've laid lots of times.
Well, then what were you motioning to Claire for?
I didn't appreciate this very much, Brian.
He is lying.
Oh, you weren't motioning to Claire?
This guy tells nothing but the truth, apparently, from what we see.
Well, Brian, it doesn't sound like you're doing any business.
I think it's okay to get out of here, virgin.
You do?
You won't accept a guy's tongue in your mouth and you're gonna eat that?
Can I eat?
I don't know. Give it a try.
Balance.
Yeah, balance. He's an athlete. He literally has to eat a lot.
Sugar sandwich.
This person is so bored.
All the food groups are represented. Did your mom marry Mr. Rogers? No good goddamn freeloading son of a bitch, retarded, big mouth, know-it-all asshole jerk.
Yeah.
About you? Fuck you! No, Dad! What about you? Fuck you!
I mean, pretty much. Of course he comes from our house.
It's all part of your image. I don't believe a word.
You really think it
You don't
is?
believe me?
No.
You believe this? Huh?
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't have said that.
How did I know? I mean, he lies about everything anyway.
I mean, he's been.
I think he's been the most honest person in this entire room.
Yeah.
Getting caught? I don't know. So then what are we doing? You ask me one more question and I'm beating the shit out of you. Sorry.
I mean, I ask a
He
lot of
does
questions.
not- but he doesn't like to be asked questions.
Yeah.
It's drugs. Screw that bender. Put it back. It's drugs. Boy has marijuana.
The boy has
marijuana.
That was marijuana. The boy has marijuana.
It's just how he says things.
Yeah. What the boy is stealing them?
Why is she stealing everything? They're getting lucky.
Right. Bro, they're getting real lucky. How does he not hear all the running?
Right.
So the activities hall.
Hey, man, you don't know what you're talking about.
You don't.
It's only like he's done this before, so maybe
Right.
we should listen to him. Wow, shocker.
No. Just me.
That son of a bitch.
I mean, he already in there for 2 months anyway. What's the
Yeah.
matter?
What's another?
Out. It's over.
Don't you want to hear my excuse?
Out.
Thinking of trying out for a scholarship.
Give me the ball. Give me that ball.
You checking him.
What if your dope was on fire?
Impossible, sir. It's in Johnson's underwear.
Uh-oh.
He's not gonna believe him though.
I mean, you think he's threatened by a teacher yelling at him when his dad literally puts his hands on him every single day?
Last time you ever make me look bad in front of those kids, do you hear me? I make $31,000 a year and I've got a home and I'm not about to throw it away on some punk like you.
Ooh. I'm so threatened.
Oh, scary. Oh, shiver my timbers. Shut up, man.
You think anybody is gonna take your word over mine?
What's up with these teachers, bruh?
Around here, they love me around here. I'm a swell guy. You're a lying sack of shit. And every
Then what's stopping him from beating him up right now?
Yeah. Wasn't talking to me like that. Locking me in the room.
Right, that's illegal.
Nah,
All of this is illegal.
If you're actually trying to talk, if you actually trying to put a hand on me, bro, I actually would go. I actually would scrap.
Yeah.
I actually wouldn't even care at that point. At that point, if I'm already deep into it,
right,
it's already over at that point.
Okay, I get expelled. So what?
Yeah, at that point, what does it even matter?
What is that noise?
What noise?
Really, sir, there wasn't any noise.
Hey, yo. Off rip.
What the heck? Oh my god. I was not expecting that.
The noise you're talking about?
No,
Jesus Christ.
That was not the noise I was talking about. Now, I may not have caught you in the act this time.
Cut the show.
My God.
Cut the show.
I'm done. Cut the show. I'm done.
He deserves every kick in the face.
Yep.
Yep. All the slaps, everything.
Yo, wastoid. You're not gonna blaze up in here.
I mean, is there a better way to get through the day?
Yeah. See, he shouldn't have. What's his name? Athlete? Whatever. Andrew?
Yeah.
He shouldn't have been. That's a talent if I've ever seen one. That's like,
right.
a useless talent.
Can I hold this smoke? That's what it is.
Oh, God.
Yeah, great.
Not the hot boxing.
Right. Oh, you tweaking.
Yeah.
Oh, you tweaking. Oh, you tweaking. All of them are just high. He's tweaking. Detention for life.
Hey, yo.
Ain't no way his yell broke the glass. It's so
not
dramatic.
possible.
No. He doesn't have the frequency for that.
Certain people would be very, very embarrassed. I would really appreciate it if this would be something that you and I could keep between us.
Now, let's get this man fired.
Half you weigh 130 pounds.
The emo
and
people
your
know
social
everything.
Security number is
Yeah.
04938 091.
How you know that, though?
Right.
How you know that, though?
Are you psychic?
No.
It's a stalker?
Would you mind telling me how you know all this about me?
Did he just leave his stuff out or something?
Stole your wallet.
Why are you carrying their social security?
A lot of people, some people do that, but they always tell you specifically not to do that.
Yeah.
You don't believe in just one guy, one girl?
Do you?
Yeah. That's the way it should be.
Man, saying this economy,
Right. We need multiple
multiple incomes.
Bruh.
I know. I goofed it.
What do you need a fake ID for?
So I can vote.
Either you really want to run away, or you want people to think you want to run away.
Eat shit.
The girl.
Which one is it?
Yeah.
I mean, he seems like he actually cares, though.
Mm-hmm.
For 22 years, And each year, these kids get more and more arrogant.
Oh, boy.
Still true.
That is true.
Come on, Vern. The kids haven't changed. You have.
That's a fair point too.
Yeah.
I've done just about everything there is, except a few things that are illegal.
Excuse me?
What did he do when you told him?
He nailed me.
I don't know how much of what she says is true.
I don't know how much of what she's saying is true. I cannot tell
Really gross that is.
Well, the first
if she's
few
lying or
times,
not.
Yeah.
Few times.
Well, if you say you haven't, you're a prude. If you say you have, you're a slut.
Pretty much.
Iconic line.
You want...
Iconic line.
Oh, is it?
I don't screw to get respect. That's the difference between you and me.
It's not the only difference, I hope.
Why don't you just answer the question?
Be honest.
No big deal.
Yeah, answer it.
Right.
Answer the question.
I mean, everybody's kind of said it at this point too, though.
Yeah.
Sure.
No! I never did it!
I mean, we all knew that, but still.
Yeah.
I never did it either.
Yeah, there it is.
There it is.
I'm a compulsive liar.
You are such
So is that
a bitch.
true?
Some of us are just better at hiding it, that's all.
True.
Yeah, that's true.
He can't think for himself.
Yeah, smart for real.
Well, when they pulled the tape off, most of his hair came off and some skin, too.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
That's definitely more than detention worthy.
Yeah.
Said I did it for my old man.
Oh?
I told her having to go home. And explain what happened to him.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Mm-hmm.
How do you apologize for something like that?
A lifetime's worth of servitude
No way.
to that person. I don't know.
Number one, I won't tolerate any losers in this family. Your intensity is for shit.
That's a lot
Yeah.
of pressure.
Win!
Not letting him do what he wants to do.
Can't believe I'm actually doing this.
It's doing weird stuff like this that you find like talents.
Yeah. Well, she just put on her lipstick. It's her.
Sometimes you gotta do something with your hands. You just gotta figure something out.
My image of you is totally blown.
You're a shit. Don't do that to her. You swore to God you wouldn't laugh.
Am I laughing?
He didn't laugh.
Fucking prick.
Well, he didn't laugh.
Okay. You got everything, and I got shit. Fucking Rapunzel.
Wait for her to open up now.
Mm-hmm.
What is gonna happen to us on Monday? When we're all together again? Yeah, I want the truth.
I don't think so.
Yeah, just go back to your lives as usual.
To him, and when he left, you cut him all up so your friends wouldn't think that you really liked him.
No way.
You say that, but
You say
know
that.
the truth.
You are a bitch!
Why? Because I'm telling the truth? That makes me a bitch?
No, because you know how shitty that is to do to someone, and you don't got the balls to stand up to your friends and tell them that you're gonna like who you wanna like.
That's true too.
Just bury your head in the sand and wait for your fucking prom.
I hate you.
Yeah? Good.
I mean, he's really not wrong though.
Yeah, bro. There's so much tonal shifts happening in this scene. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
That I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't, and I will not. Because I think that's real shitty.
Yeah, it's always the nerds and the loners.
And the loners,
that
yeah.
don't care.
You're so conceited, Clint.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You're so conceited.
Not everyone wants to be popular.
Why are you?
I hate it. I hate having to go along with everything my friends.
Then don't.
I don't understand what.
Right? Literally.
Pressure, Claire?
Right.
Well, fuck you.
Oh.
Fuck you.
Yeah, he's definitely been bullied.
Yeah.
Like, come on, bruh. You can't say that you don't understand.
I'm here because Mr. Ryan found a gun in the locker.
Oh.
Oh.
I tried. When you pull a fucking... Even if I ace the rest of the semester, I'm still only a B. Everything's ruined for me.
Brian.
Putting too much pressure on himself.
Parents putting too much pressure on him.
Yeah. I think mostly his mom, though.
That was a flare gun. Went off in my locker. It's not funny.
I try not to laugh at that either. It's hard not to laugh at that. I'm sorry. It's hard not to laugh at that. It's hard not to laugh at that, Jay. I'm so sorry. 2 picks of flare gun. What do you think was gonna happen with that?
In here?
Yeah, I want to know. We're all talking about it. Let's see.
Nothing. I didn't have anything better to do.
Did you just come here? I used to do that till I got dizzy.
Also iconic.
That scene?
Yeah, this whole section.
Oh, well, that's what Vernon wants us to do.
Yeah, just all sign off on it.
I think we could all kind of say the same thing. Don't be afraid. Don't stick that in my eye. I'm not sticking. Just close it.
Don't ruin her image. Black. Only black.
It does hurt to play around sometimes, though.
No. No.
I like that black shit.
Yes.
It's a lot better.
No. All black, everything. Don't ruin it. We emos are few and far between. Don't try to act like it's some glow up.
Right.
The shot. That's not it.
No.
That's not it.
It looks wrong.
It doesn't fit. It doesn't fit right.
No.
You gotta let her keep the aesthetic, man.
You know how you said before how your parents used you to get back at each other? Wouldn't I be outstanding in that capacity?
Stick.
Truth?
Truth.
No.
That was okay. That was Buddy's first lie. That was Buddy's first lie.
Yeah.
I could see it perfectly fine before. Why do people try to like throw in these, huh?
Conform.
Yes, don't conform to society. Be emo. Be proud.
Like people for who they are, not what they look like.
Literally. Nah, do not conform. I mean, I kind of saw the pairings coming up, but I should have threw someone in there for my boy, though. On Daddy's car.
Right.
You're wilding in front of y'all parents, man.
I mean, she was trying to get back at them, too, though.
And an athlete.
And a basket case. A princess.
And a criminal. Does that answer your question? The Breakfast Club.
There it is.
Yeah.
No, I know there's been a lot of conversation about that fist bump in the air. Do you know it?
No.
I've just been hearing a lot of conversation about the significance and that symbolism for that. Why did he do that specifically? Was he just doing that because he wanted to do that, or did he do that because he got the girl?
I don't know.
Is the answer that simple, or was there a more nuanced answer that we just kind of missed in our first time watching, or my first time watching it?
I really don't know.
All right, so that's it. I finally seen The Breakfast Club for the first time. I remember my sister had watched it years ago when we were younger, but I wasn't present with that. She used to randomly watch some of these movies by herself. But I know she's seen it, but so I know you've already seen this. I guess I should just share my perspective on it. I definitely didn't hate the movie. I feel like I need to. So this is what happens with me, guys. If something's overhyped, I go in with a lot of expectations. because I don't think the movie affected me the way that it would have if I had seen this on my own. Like, for example, like I can hype up Sam Raimi's Spider-Man as much as I want to a lot of people, but it's not gonna. While, correct me if I'm wrong, but while it has an impact on Shan, or she likes it, she doesn't view it the way I do.
Yeah.
Like, it's not going to have the impact that I did, because I grew up watching that movie without anybody having to tell me to like it or not to like it. It was just more so like, I just saw it. It affected me for the reasons it did. And then I just became such a huge fan of it to the point that I don't care when and if that movie's on, I will sit there and watch that film. It's one of my favorite films of all time.
Yeah.
So that being said, bring it back to Breakfast Club, I can see that being the same for a lot of people, whether they watched it in the 80s, whether they watched it in the 90s or the 2000s, whenever they did, somebody grew up watching this at some point in their life, whether they're my age or not, or even older or even younger. Someone decided that I'm just going to watch this and see what it is. So I don't think it affected me the way that it would have affected others, to be honest. Just because it is considered a cult classic. And that's not to say the movie was bad, though. I enjoyed the writing in this film. I enjoyed the simplicity of it, in the sense that we're just going to focus on these 5 very different individuals.
Yeah, with different stories.
And
aren't so different after all.
And they're all very similar without realizing.
Yeah.
This actually looks at my high school. That actually looks at my high school, weirdly enough. Anyways, yeah. They're all very similar, but they're all very different.
Yeah.
Or at least they try to be different. And that scene in the library, well, there's a lot of scenes, this whole thing was in the library, but the scene specifically with them like kind of just talking and just kind of getting everything out, that was probably my favorite scene of the film. Just because I felt like there was a lot of tonal shifts going on there.
Yeah.
In a good way. It was just like so much happening. It was just like, and they all acted their parts really, really well.
Yeah, definitely.
Like,
it's very natural how that happens, because one minute you're just laughing and goofing off, and the next it like can get really serious, and then someone else tries to bring back the lightheartedness of it, and then someone gets triggered over something and it just goes right back. So it's very natural for that to happen. So I think I just like how that scene in general was portrayed, and like the movie in general feels like a very natural like way of doing things.
Yeah.
And like what else would happen if you put a room full of supposedly different people? You just put them in a room and tell them
no phones, that didn't exist.
Yeah, nothing. You have to just sit there.
No smartwatch, nothing.
Yeah. Especially someone like Bender, like he's gonna start something.
Oh yeah.
So I mean,
I just love the progression of like seeing him go from like, because you can tell he puts on a lot. That he literally has his shield constantly in front of him. But he's carrying a lot of weight underneath, and he wasn't ashamed to necessarily speak his truth on that, because he did it multiple times throughout the film.
Yeah,
literally verbally showing, telling people like, "Hey, my life's effed up," and showing them by showing him his arm, like, my dad literally abuses me, like he's put out his damn cigars on my arm. Like,
it's like I have a
physical abuse.
Yeah, but I think his whole thing was like, I have a reason to be this way. I have a reason that I'm here. What's your reason?
What's all your stuff? Yeah. I know who I am. I'm self-aware.
Yeah.
And weirdly enough, he becomes the singular most important character in this movie because of that.
Yeah.
Like, even at the end, they're showing him, he becomes the most important part of that. He becomes, in a way, weirdly enough, the glue that brings all these people together. Definitely. Because we have the follower, we have the overly concerned perfect person that needs to be perfect, we have the girl who has an image to uphold and comes from a rich family, we have the girl whose home life feels kind of meh because her parents don't pay attention to her, so she'll do whatever to get attention. And then you have him who's all encompassing of everything. Like he's also has the pressure to be perfect too, because he's like, you spill something in the garage, you get
yeah. He also has his own image to uphold, Oh yeah, they all everyone views him a certain way. And it's like, well, everyone thinks this way of me anyway. Like, even at home they think of me like this, so I guess that's who I am.
Yeah. And he's
you
just
know?
kind of living into that.
Yeah, it's like I'm not afraid to show that anymore.
I want to know what happened on Monday.
Probably exactly what happened.
What?
Exactly what they said.
What, everybody gonna ignore each other?
Yeah. Probably.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean,
Maybe
we
it
really
happened.
don't know. He's not a Breakfast Club too.
No,
So
but it doesn't need to be, you know?
yeah.
I think the whole point of the movie is just just really showcasing how people can come together and really just also showcasing, you know, that these are your formative years. Like, as I'm older now, I'm looking back on it. I'm like, I'm not that much older, but still, I'm still pretty young, but I'm not going to be this age forever. And I'm not as young as I was 2 years ago,
Yeah,
obviously.
we're quite a bit out of high school. We'll say
Come
that.
on, what
much.
is it? Listen, man, I've been out of high school for way too dang long.
Yeah.
So I'm old enough. Put it this way: I'm old enough to have. If I was really busy in my early years, I'm old enough to have a kid in middle school.
Yeah.
You know. So if I was really, really busy, once I got out in my early 20s. But no, like seriously though, like it showcases that this is the era that like you need to. This is where everything starts to kind of form around you, and this is like your most important years, weirdly enough, because like who you become can get sparked from that. Like you can become like usually the popular kids, this is where they peak.
Yeah.
Like they peak here because you go to college and then like there's none of that there.
Everything is different.
It's real life because like you're actually either paying money or in some form of scholarship. You mess up, you're out.
Yeah.
You do something, you don't get enough credits to graduate or to move on to the next semester, you're out.
Yeah.
You know,
it's very different than
it's
high
very
school.
different from high school where it's free education paid by taxes.
Yeah.
You don't have that luxury in college if you decide to go to college.
Yeah.
So there's no time to mess around. Obviously, there's people who do like parties and they thing, but like once you're on the college campus, if you don't get your grades by the end of the semester, you don't get the credits you need to move on.
Yeah.
That's it. You're out of there. Yeah. Or you have to pay out of pocket to retake the class.
Pay even more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, and if you're on a scholarship, that's not even, failing is not an option on a scholarship. You have to perform and meet your getting a scholarship is like a contract in a way.
Yeah.
In order for them to keep funding your education, you need to perform at a minimum level, minimum results.
Yeah.
Right? If you're paying out of pocket, your parents paying out of pocket, and you flunk, that's more money you have to pay to retake everything. So it's a different environment. It adds more of a real consequences than high school. High school, you can kind of afford to just kind of F around. But at the same time, like if you F around too much and you plan to go to college, good luck, buddy. You're just setting yourself back even more on whatever goals you may have. Mm-hmm. You know? So I'm not saying you have to go to college, but I'm just saying like, if your goal and your path is to go to college and get a certain job from a certain degree, and you can't mess up too much because literally, like, it all starts from that point in high school. Like, everything you do in high school, if you're planning to become some type of job that needs a college degree to do, whether it's bachelor's or master's or higher, you mess up in high school, you're only setting yourself back.
Yeah.
Because you could fail all your classes and then now you have to go, let's say, like, again, nothing's wrong with doing community college, by the way, because that's the path many people take. Some people do community college as an in-between to kind of sharpen up their GPA a little bit and kind of figure out exactly where they want to go.
And they only do community.
Yeah, some people only do associates. Yeah. And that's fine. That's literally okay. Like, I didn't go to college. I don't have my associates. I have my high school diploma. I didn't go. My path wasn't taking me there. Yeah, my path wasn't taking me there. I didn't really necessarily need to do that for what I'm doing now. But like at the same time, though, the point is, even with the path that I chose, high school decisions are important.
Yeah.
You know? So if anything, this movie just really hammers in, like, you know, especially the conversation with the teacher, though. He was being a dick, as his name implies. But he was also giving some harsh truth to him, like in a really harsh way. But sometimes some people need to hear that, even though he's not winning any Teacher of the Year awards.
Yeah. But he also was learning a lesson too.
You know, he was definitely learning a lesson.
Like Carl was really been like,
Oh, yeah.
you know, times are changing. The kids are not so different.
You were the one that's changing.
Yeah.
You came in thinking that you was gonna, you know, and Carl looks like he's the happiest one there.
Mm-hmm. He has no problems.
He has no problem because he knew what he was getting into.
Yeah.
You know?
He learned to adapt. And that's kind of what you have to do as a teacher in that kind of situation, especially at high school, because there's so many different like personalities and big personalities. Like, you know, teaching like kindergartners is one thing, right? Like that's, you know, usually they're pretty, like you can adapt pretty easily. But when you have kids like swearing at you, swinging at you, you know.
I'd rather teach elementary school. I would hate middle schoolers and high schoolers.
Yeah. There's usually a shortage of people that want to teach like middle school and high school.
Give me elementary all day. I could work with the kids. They're usually nicer.
Mm-hmm.
I say usual.
Yeah, they're not gonna be like, well,
I'm not saying perfect. I'm just saying.
Yeah, some kids will probably swear at you.
Yeah, obviously.
Most of them won't.
Obviously, yes, because we were all in elementary, so we know that we know
what goes on.
We know what went on. So
Yeah.
I'm not saying perfect. I'm just saying I'd rather deal with the mentality of these kids.
Yeah, absolutely.
Than to deal with high schoolers who think they know better than everybody.
Yeah.
Because we've all been to high school, we all think we know better.
Yeah.
We go there and we think like, oh, I'm much better than this teacher. They don't know me. They don't know my life. They don't know. They don't know what I go through at home. They don't know what I struggle with.
That's the problem with a lot of teachers that are like Vernon too.
Yeah.
Because they don't care to know.
They don't care to know.
Yeah, even like when he was looking through the files, he was like, "Oh,
no wonder he's messed up."
Yeah, it's like, "Oh, history of mental illness." Like, no wonder. It's kind of laughing about it.
Yeah,
you know, like they don't care to know that you might be struggling at home, or there are a lot of teachers that do genuinely care about their students, but there's also ones that really don't, and it's like, I don't like you if you act up, and like there's a lot of teachers that won't give kids a chance.
I gotta tell you, I was what was that about? What's his name? What was his name again? His name?
Bender.
I was a lot like Bender, not in a that dramatic way, but I was a lot like a lot of these students combined, except for the academic one. I wasn't really acing it my math classes. I was doing well in classes I cared about. I was doing well in science. I was doing well in history. I was doing well in English. I was doing well in my arts and craft class, shop class, pretty much every other class except math. I was doing really well, and I just didn't want to do math. I hated it. Anyways, moving on. I was a lot like a lot of these kids kind of combined though. In ways. Because I was also the emo kid. I wasn't the popular kid. But I had some of her attitudes and like very like kind of like a conceited kind of like way, like how I looked at everyone like they're peons. Yeah, I've kind of was like
I feel
that.
Like a lot of us did in high school too, though.
I thought everyone in my high school was beneath me. I still do. I know it's kind of bad to say. I know it's bad to say. I know it makes you look like an a-hole, but I'm not saying I was perfect, but I was not. I did not think I belonged with those people there. Like, I'm not gonna trauma dump on video, but I was just saying, like, literally in school, like, I was the type of person that, like, I kept to myself because I felt everyone didn't deserve to be around me. And not because I felt that I had confidence in myself, because I didn't. It was more so I felt like I was beyond that environment. And I just felt like I was beyond those people and the way they thought and the way they did things, because I didn't do the things they did. I know it sounds really a-holey. I'm aware of that. But it's the truth, though. So, I'm speaking the truth here. Yeah. So that's just what it was for me. I just didn't feel... Again, I wasn't overconfident, because confidence was something I've always lacked in high school, and I still do to this day for a lot of things. But at the same time, while I didn't think I was perfect, I just felt that I was better than them. I just felt like I was an alien that was walking amongst people that just were just ants to me. Yeah. That's just how I saw them. Yeah. So in a way, it can kind of be like clear. I was an athlete. I did do the athlete thing. I was a wrestler, ironically. There was always a pressure to be perfect. Not for my parents, but I wanted to prove something. But going back to Bender specifically, I remember certain teachers I would tell off. I would just kind of, they would kind of tell me stuff. I would lay into them. I would just kind of like not take it. And I would be rude to some of them. And I remember this one guidance counselor, I'm not going to say her name for obvious reasons, but I remember like just kind of going off on her, just kind of thing. And like everything she would say, I would just say something witty. And I would just say something. And she would just kind of look at me like, And she would just kind of look, because she could see the BS.
Yeah.
She could like see through me. And like she was not affected. I can't say she wasn't affected, but I don't know if she went home and cried. I don't know. But like in that moment, there was calmness in her eyes, and she was a little bit older. So she was like, you're not the first person I've seen like this. You're not the first version of you.
If you have a good guidance counselor, usually they're just like, oh, sweetie.
Yeah, like, oh,
like this isn't my first rodeo.
This isn't my you're not as big and bad as you think you are.
Yeah.
And
it's like, all right, let's talk about
like, that.
What's going on. And
I will say, because I judged her harshly, but she was the reason I graduated. She was the reason I was able to graduate, because I was missing some grades in math. I had to do some extra classes, and she told me the cold, harsh truth. But she also listened to me. She also kind of just let me go off, and she tried her best to help me in the way she could.
Which also kind of like showed in here too, with like, you know, Bender finally had people that listened to him and didn't like necessarily outright judge him.
Yeah.
Like they just kind of took it in. Like they might have pressed him on some stuff, right? But like towards the end, they're like, no, like this guy is like, you know, actually telling the truth. Yeah. You know, he's really just telling it as it is. And at the end of it, you know, they had some form of respect for him.
They all kind of walked away with a little bit.
And
of respect,
he kind of backed off a bit too. You know, he wasn't like being as much of an a-hole as he was in the beginning.
He's like, oh, these people are actually like listening to me.
Yeah.
They're not intimidated by me in that way.
It doesn't matter if it's a peer or if it's, you know, someone older than you. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, it just matters that somebody listens.
And they all came in with their preconceived notions of each other.
Yeah.
Oh, he's the bad kid. Oh, she's the popular girl. She doesn't want to think. He's the, you know, the smart kid. She's the weirdo. She was a little weird, but still. She's the weirdo. But we like the weirdos. It's okay. She's a weirdo, you know. She's like I said, I was a lot like her too. I went through a lot of phases in high school, where like I literally went from not talking to anyone to being very social at the end of my high school time.
Yeah.
And but you know, I could relate to a lot of the stuff that was going on in this in terms of just kind of seeing. I feel like everybody can, you know, it's high school. I feel like everybody can at least see a version of themselves in the Breakfast Club. Whether they're one of these people or at least all of these people combined in some type of way. You know, I feel like everyone can see a piece of themselves in this. So I think just all in all for that, it makes it a great film just because it really did a good job at telling a story. And I'm really just trying to honestly like analyze the film for myself. And that's going off of hype. I don't even know what the ratings are on Rotten Tomatoes. I don't even know how critics feel about this movie. I just know it's a cult classic. People like it. But that scene where they're all just kind of talking to each other and then like the truth is coming out and everyone's singing, like that to me showed a lot. And like it was a really well written scene. I don't know how much of it was improv. I don't know how much of it was acting.
If I do remember,
I feel there's a lot of improv in this movie.
If I do remember, I remember seeing that there was a lot of improv in this.
I could tell. I could actually tell that there had to be some improv in this movie because the way how some of these lines were delivered, especially with Bender, I feel like some of the things he did, they just was unscripted for some reason. Yeah. So, this was fantastic in that sense. I really did walk away from this enjoying it. And don't try to shut down my gothic people, man. We can wear all black, have black fingernails, black eyeliner, black hair, and wear emo clothing and listen to The Cure and Typo Negative and listen to the Smiths and all this crap. We don't need to be out here trying to listen to George Michael. Like, we're not out here doing that. We're listening to The Cure, baby. That's what we're doing. Yeah.
Also, that entire scene in the library, the scene that we're talking about, most of it is improv.
Perfect. Yeah, I could tell.
And this the fist pump is also ad-libbed.
I could tell. I could tell he probably did a lot of his scenes just kind of off rip.
According to this too, like John Hughes is very known for letting his actors improv.
That's great. You get great movies like that.
Yeah, because sometimes the actors know the character better than the writers and the directors.
Absolutely.
Because they really involve themselves. Mm-hmm. Well, some people do, but they really dive into their characters, and the more that they play them, the more
why do they think this way?
Yeah,
what makes them who they are?
They kind of become them.
They become them in a way. Yeah.
So some to an extreme.
I can't tell how old these actors were when they filmed this.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but people also did look older then too. So sometimes it's hard to tell.
Yeah.
I would assume they were most adults.
Yeah, I would think so.
But because usually that's what they do. They don't usually hire a lot of teen actors to play teens. Which
they don't really do that. They usually find a lot.
They still do that now. Zendaya was playing a teenager for the longest time.
Literally.
She literally only just recently started playing
more adult roles. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we can actually wrap this up here. Yeah. So you want to wrap it up, or?
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this. I appreciate all of it, and thank you all. And any more recommendations, please let us know in the comment section down below.
Yeah, if you want to watch more John Hughes films.
Yep.
There's a lot.
Let us know everything. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Clockmaster and
Cosmic Banks.